Hi and welcome to the 5-Minute Business Boost, where you get to choose your 5-minute investment. I'm your host, Sam Nix, and I'll be discussing topics under the headings of business development, marketing, photography, and much more.
Have you ever wanted to enter your first photo at a local show? Or maybe you've thought about entering one of your kids' photos at an ag show. It is a daunting thought, being judged, but it can be fun. I've had the privilege of judging at ag shows as a photography judge for 20 plus years, and I love it. The kids section is my absolute favourite, along with landscapes and portraits, of course, not to mention the photos of animals. The open sections are where some of the real creativity starts. And over the years, the unusual angles or subject matters stay with me the longest. I remember photos from years ago. They have had that much of an impact on me. So, many ag shows will have awards above the class and the section. They might be a People's Choice Award or a particular memorial award. If you win your class, win your section, you are then entered into the Best in Show for the photography. And trust me, that is daunting for a judge. When you are surrounded by 30 images that are all best in their section and their class, you've then got to pick an overall winner, and that is hard. Entering a photo competition at your local agricultural show can be both exciting and daunting, especially if you're a beginner. Ag show competitions are open to all amateur photographers, so that of course means that you don't derive any income from photography. So it's a level playing field. But don't worry, I've got you covered today with my top 5 tips to help you present your work in the best possible way and, I suppose, in a way, increase your chances of impressing the judges. Now, once you've chosen your section and the class that you want to enter, you are ready to go. So here are some things to think about. Number 1, image selection. Make it stand out. The first step to a successful entry is choosing an image that you've captured or taken that captures attention. Agricultural shows often celebrate the beauty of rural life, animals and landscapes, but the key is to make your image stand out from the rest. Think about capturing a unique perspective, whether it's an unusual angle or a creative interpretation of everyday life. Judges appreciate originality, so pick an image that is not only technically good, but also evokes an emotional response. Don't forget composition and, of course, those technical aspects. Number 2, colour or black and white. A colour choice can dramatically impact how your photo is perceived. If the image has strong colour contrast or a vibrant subject, colour might work best. On the other hand, black and white photography can bring out that texture, enhance that mood and detail. And that might have got lost in the colour, but in black and white, oh my God, it's beautiful. And I'm a bit of a lover of black and white photography. That's how I first started. Before deciding, think about what your image communicates. A black and white shot might add a timeless quality, while colour could enhance the richness of a rural landscape or the vibrancy of a local event. How do you choose? For me, often I will compare both, but you could print them out and see what resonates and sends a clear message for impact. Number 3, choose the right subject. Selecting the right subject is crucial in any competition, and agricultural shows are no exception. The subject should be relevant to the theme of the show, whether it's a beautiful landscape, a farm animal, a local character, machinery, or a scene that represents rural life. Keep in mind that judges often look for subjects that resonate with the local community and the spirit of the event, while thinking carefully about the story your subject tells and how it aligns with the show's values. Check out the classes. Are there themes or something you can work with? Meaning, do they fit with the class section? So, good tip, check out what the sections are, or the classes. Number 4, framing and mounting. Don't overlook the details, whatever you do. Once you've chosen your image, it's time to think about how it will be displayed. And yes, it needs to be printed out. Check that resolution, because if it's fuzzy, it might be the wrong image or the wrong size for that particular sectional class. Hint, if you try to print out an image larger than the size for which the image has available information, the image will start to look jagged, blurry. And this is known as pixelization because the printer is trying to make the pixels of the image larger to account for the lack of picture information. Anywho, back to the frame or the mount. Most shows ask for paper, matte board or cardboard and hard mounts. Some shows ask for snapshots to be fully mounted on hard cards as well. Others prefer mount board. Just depends on the show and how their instructions or guidelines read, so you need to always refer back to them. Your choice should complement the photo without overpowering it. For example, a simple neutral coloured mount can enhance the image, while a bold contrasting mount might detract from it. You need to play with the colours, people. Make sure the mount is clean, must be neat, and it's got to be well finished. It should give your image a professional edge. The top tip here is to use acid-free matte boards found at news agencies or great art shops, and yes, online. You can buy matte board kits online. They are usually white in an acid-free context, and there are a few great Aussie suppliers. Just have to Google them. Many of which you can order the boards from already pre-cut and ready to go. Or if you game, order just the full boards and cut away. Now, I love the option of a pre-cut because I'm a shocking cutter of matte board. So many times I've nearly taken a finger off, or I've cut the bevels wrong, or I've cut it too big or too small. And I figure these big companies have the accurate machines that do it in a few minutes, and it's perfect. Don't forget to buy two just in case. Often it is really good to buy a dark mount and a light mount. That way you've got your bases covered. Now, a general reminder, though, that when you are at this stage, pay attention to the mounting style specified in the competition rules and avoid anything too elaborate. Now, just an FYI, the matte board will have a window cut with a beveled edge, and that needs to be placed on top of the photo and secured with tape. Matte board comes in many spunky colours, but sometimes the bevel can be another colour, so that gives you another level of tone or colour around your printed photo. Now, usually they can be white, cream, black or solid in the same colours as the front. If not, they're contrasting. Now, the tape. Over the years, I've seen everything from a plain news agency or Christmas wrap clear tape. Oh my God, one year I even saw blue tack. But that's not a good look and might get rejected by the chief steward. Anywho, the proper tape is the brown backing tape. It's a self-adhesive flat back that usually comes in a few sizes. It's cheap. Online, I've seen it for about $10 a roll, and if you're going to enter a few over a few years, it's a worthwhile investment to have. And please, when you cut it nice. Use a sharp pair of scissors. Additional 3 tips in the whole mount side. Check the mount size. Usually around a 3 centimetre width is required, but every show is different. Check the guidelines. B, you must use the reverse side for your name and address, subject, title, class and section, and it needs to be marked to indicate the top when viewed correctly. Nothing is worth when stewards or judges can't work out which way is up. And C, wood, chipboard, ply, timber style mounts are usually not accepted. Again, refer to the guidelines. Presentation is key, and that's number 5. The way you present your photo can be just as important as the photo itself. Before submitting your entry, make sure your photo is free from smudges, fingerprints or creases. If you're printing the photo, invest in high quality paper to ensure your image looks sharp and well defined. Think about if you're going to go high gloss, people, or satin. A lot to consider. Sometimes the choice of paper will enhance that photo no end. So look locally for those type of papers. They usually come in like a pack of 10, 20, 24, or online for high quality photo printing paper. Usually go for A4 because you can trim it down. If you're going to print it from home, that's a good way to do it. If not, chat to the locals and see if anybody's using a laser printer or will print out images for you. Large format printers that are created especially for photos are a great option too. And a hint there, talk to a local photographer and see if they can print it out for you, or recommend where you can get it printed, because there are printers and then there are printers. A poorly printed or mounted photo can diminish the impact of even the best shot. I have been saddened to see an amazing composition, award-winning, a winner, but the printed outcome was streaked. When ink levels are low on printers, they struggle to deliver that consistent flow of ink that you need, and it often results in lines or streaks on the printed pages, and trust me, it just looks icky. Presentation shows that you've cared about the final product. which can leave a lasting impression on the judges. Now, bonus tip, I've said it a couple of times, read the rules carefully. Before you submit your photo, take a close look at the competition rules. Every show has its own specific guidelines regarding size, format and presentation, so make sure your entry ticks all those boxes. Nothing worse is having a great image disqualified because it didn't meet the requirements. Pay attention to the details like the mount size, image resolution and any restrictions on subject matter or colour schemes. Also, there should be an entry amount, i.e. some shows explicitly state there can be only 2 entries per class per person, and they make that pretty strict. Entering a photo competition at a local agricultural show can be a rewarding experience, whether you're showcasing rural life, animals or landscapes. By following these 5 tips, hopefully that I've outlined above, by carefully selecting your image, considering your colour choices, choosing the right subject, paying attention to framing or mounting and presenting that work professionally, you will be well on your way to creating an entry that stands out to the judges. And don't forget that bonus tip. I've said it 500 times, I apologise, but read the rules. You need to read them thoroughly to avoid any disqualifications. And with a little prep and attention to detail, you can confidently present your photography and increase your chances of success. And if you have kids, encourage them to enter each year. It's a bit of fun, and if they win, the smiles will be so worth it. Oh, and if you're a business owner, consider sponsoring or displaying a flyer about your local show and your business. Most ag shows are usually run by a small dedicated group of volunteers. Now, while I mention these amazing men and women, it's important to recognise the incredible effort and dedication of these volunteers who make these agricultural shows possible. Across Victoria, there are over 100 rural and regional agricultural societies, each contributing to the vibrant network of local events that celebrate community farming and country life. These shows, along with field days and regional events in neighbouring states, are brought to life by the tireless work of volunteers who give their time and energy to create memorable experiences. Now, I got that from the Victorian Agricultural Show Limited website, and I was pretty blown away with the number of shows. And this group states that it sports 119 affiliates, including rural and regional societies. And that just goes into the huge mix of all those volunteers and all that action that play a huge role in organising these events, all those volunteers. And of course, all the statewide competitions too. It's just a massive, massive network. So without the hard work of those volunteers and those shows integral to local communities would not be possible. So support how you can, and best of luck with the entry. Let me know how it goes. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to the 5-Minute Business Boost. For more information, follow me on socials, sign up for my newsie, or check out my website to see how we can work together to reach your small business goals. Remember, anything is possible, especially in the northeast of Victoria. Until next time, cheerio.